genre.
In the world of Hollywood, movies get greenlit and redlit. They get remade and rebooted. But we are the ideal. I'm Sam Gasch, and you are listening to Ideal Remake. Thank you for listening to Ideal Remake. We take movies that either have been, will be, or should be remade and talk about what the ideal version of that remake would be. Today we're discussing a movie most remembered for pairing a baby and a gorilla, so I'm getting the Harambe joke out of the way in the intro. So, Andra Whipple, is Baby's Day Out a movie that has been, will be, or should be remade?
I think we're going to argue that it should be remade today.
Yeah, great. I'm on board.
Great.
Welcome to Ideal Remake.
Yay, I'm here.
For anyone listening who doesn't immediately recognize your voice, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
My name's Andra. I'm a writer in the beautiful city of Los Angeles.
You did it!
I did it.
So, what was funny is that as I'm sitting down to watch this movie, I haven't seen this movie since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
So it's been like 30 years or something. I didn't know it was a John Hughes movie.
I didn't grow up watching movies, so I had never seen this movie before, and I was also shocked that it was a John Hughes movie.
So Miles Warden was on a couple weeks ago and we talked about Uncle Buck, and he said that it was the most forgotten John Hughes movie. And I think that has now been disproven in my head because I didn't know this was a John Hughes movie.
Yeah, it flew under the radar, and it's also got Cynthia Nixon's in it, which is weird.
It's wild.
And criminally underused, honestly.
Yes.
In it, like insanely, why didn't they use her?
Well, also just there's so many different people where you're just like, oh, this person's going to be more involved. And they're not.
No.
It's like 5 people and a baby.
Yes. The baby, however, is perfect.
The baby's excellent. The baby does an incredible job.
That's the best baby actor I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. And it's like an unrealistic standard for baby actors.
Yes.
To the point where I was like trying to watch for moments where it had to be a fake baby.
Right, because the baby is incredible, and they do things with the baby that you're just like, is this good? But the baby seems so happy about it.
The entire time. I don't know how they found this baby, but they found the perfect baby.
Yeah, and
the perfect twins. It was 2 babies.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even better because the twins were so believably one baby.
Yeah, and they have done nothing else. When I was going through IMDb Pro, it is Jacob Joseph Wharton and Adam Robert Wharton, and this is the only thing they've ever done.
I think that's the ideal for child acting, is to get one out of the way before you have a memory.
Yeah,
and then it pays for college.
Well, also, the baby seemed happy.
I don't know what happened on that set. You never know. Children especially, are often mistreated on sets. Mm-hmm. But every once in a while, kids do seem to have a genuinely good time. And this is also one of those movies where, it's not in the case of, say, the Harry Potter franchise, right? Those kids were sort of exposed to a huge level of scrutiny. I don't think these babies had to go to preschool and be recognized.
It's true. You're certainly capturing this baby at a time when that won't have ramifications.
My hope is that for these babies, the wonderful outcome of this movie is that they had a decent time.
Yeah.
They got paid a fuck ton of money. It paid for college and then some. And it's a really fun thing to put on their dating profiles.
Yeah, that genuinely, yes, I agree.
I think that's the perfect outcome for child actors.
Well, it also just occurred to me that since this movie came out in 1994, it now occurs to me that I'm older than both these babies.
Yes. Yeah,
So
and you could date them.
I'm not going to,
but
I could.
You could. They might be married. These babies might have babies.
That's true. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it's wild.
Yes.
And it's like a Gerber baby situation. The idea of these babies having dating profiles is extremely silly to me.
The thing that was really hard about this, the hardest thing about envisioning this as a remake was literally the baby. Yeah. Because I was like, these babies are perfect.
Yes.
And I have a lot of moral questions about involving babies in productions. Mm-hmm. Especially now that we know more about the brain than we did back in the 90s. And so I was genuinely first of all, there's not any famous babies I know I could cast, right?
Right. Yeah, obviously I didn't recast the baby.
My nephew, maybe. But I did think about, should it even be a baby? Is there an alls?
I mean, by definition, it is the titular baby.
Right, so I have two potential alts for the baby.
All right.
I'm
Interesting.
down for it to just be a really cute baby.
Sure.
I'm sure there's a cute baby in the world. I've seen several million.
Well, like, to your point, like, a movie just came out. Like, Fantastic Four just came out, and spoiler alert, there's a baby.
Yeah.
But it ain't a real baby.
Yeah.
At any point in the whole movie.
We really avoid babies these days. I was sort of shocked at the amount of baby they were using in the movie, because it's just not something. If you turn in this script today, people would be like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Like, a baby and zoo animals?
What's the rule? You can use the baby for like 90 minutes a day?
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know how they filmed this movie. There are some clever shots, like
Yes.
it's a really. If you just watch this movie for the construction of the baby scenes, it is fascinating to see how they construct it in a way that, like, you can see where they're cheating the baby, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. Like, I was halfway, 2/3 of the way through the movie before I was like, okay, there's got to be some scenes where they're cheating the baby. It's just a fake baby back of the head or this sort of thing. And I was like, they're doing an extremely good job.
But also, like, what's weird about this movie is it is mostly moved forward by babies doing things that babies would normally do.
Oh, it's a magic baby.
But, like, yeah, that's the thing that's crazy about this baby, right? Is, like, if this was redone now, in all likelihood, they would have the baby do some sort of, like, CGI bullshit that, like, you know, you would never really see a baby. Like, the baby actor can't accomplish that. But this baby in this movie is only doing normal baby things. They're crawling, they're goo-goo gagaing, they're reaching for shit. Like, it's all in the baby wheelhouse.
Yeah. And they're being very clever about when they're having the baby say boo-boo.
Yeah.
Because it's always when the baby's facing away or we're seeing something else.
Yes.
And, like, I didn't pay attention, but now I'm curious who the voice of the baby is. Because
Yes.
it's clearly not the baby.
But also, like, who the, like... The crew must have been working overtime on, like, the way
hard.
that this was, like, perfectly crafted around this baby is an art.
Yes.
Beyond this, like, the script is one thing, but, like, the way that this was put together for, like, around this baby is insane. It feels like a lost art. Like, I don't know if there are people working now who have this baby skill. We don't do this anymore.
We really don't. We're reviving the genre of baby movie.
Yeah.
Forget wrestling movies. Forget historical epics. No. Baby movies.
So I have two alts for the baby.
Please.
If we decided that we didn't feel like the baby was ethical or possible in the current climate. Number one alt, obviously, people are having babies less often now.
It's true.
And more people are treating their dogs as their babies.
It's true.
Right? So Baby's Day Out could easily refer to, say, a French bulldog, which are very expensive and get kidnapped all the time. Mm-hmm. Like Lady Gaga's.
Like Lady Gaga's.
So that's one option. Or, if you want to go weird...
I'm listening.
My next thought was, what if Cola Scola was the baby?
Who?
Do you know who Cola Scola is?
I have no idea.
Okay, Cola Scola is one of my favorite actors of all time. Extremely weird in everything they do. And they wrote and starred in Oh Mary on Broadway.
Okay.
If you've heard of that.
I do not recognize this person in pulling up images in a Google image search.
They are niche.
Fair enough.
But can you see in the eyes that, like, there is something sort of sinister and wonderful going on there?
Well, I pull up Cola Scola on IMDb, and it's an image of this person, and then immediately next to it, it's an advertisement for Frog and Toad. So I don't know if they're involved in Frog and Toad. I'm going to guess no. But, yeah, like, I can see the vision. I am going to say no to this one. Because then we have, like, what was the Martin Short thing where he's Clifford?
Yes.
Where it's just like, that's weird.
Yeah. No, I think that would be the weirdest choice, but I'm not opposed to a weird
He's
choice.
on At Home with Amy Sedaris? What are the odds?
Yeah. Cola Scola is the Amy Sedaris of this generation.
Fair. Okay.
That level of weirdness.
Great. I can see that.
And I respect and admire it so much.
Absolutely. That is a wildly different movie. So, sometime last year, I saw a movie for the first time, which was Bringing Up Baby.
Okay.
And we are 30 minutes into the movie where I say out loud to a room of people, "That's Baby?" Because I didn't know anything about the movie, and I went in blind, which is my favorite way to see a movie. And everyone else in the movie was like, "Yeah, obviously the leopard is Baby." And I was like, oh, this movie's different than I thought it was. And they were like, I guess. So now for the rest of the movie, they spent half, like, their attention on the movie and then half their attention watching me going like, They're doing that to a leopard?
Yeah.
That movie's nuts.
That sounds nuts.
Like, Bringing Up Baby is a Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn movie, and they both fucking kill it. And
not the leopard.
Not the leopard. But, like, they are acting with a leopard in the movie. And, like, Katharine Hepburn's just there, like, just petting the leopard, just, like, pulling its tail. Like, it's just wandering around her. And I'm just like, no!
That's so scary.
Yeah!
The things that people did back then are wild.
Yes. It's something.
Yeah, you can't get liability insurance for that these days.
No, you can't, nor should you.
No, nor should you.
But
I would like to meet and pet a leopard, if I'm being honest, like in my heart of hearts. I know it might be wrong, but I want to do it.
I've pet a tiger.
That sounds really nice. I have belief that I can make any animal love me. I think I have a sort of animal-like energy myself. I think that this is my red flag is I think I can fix him about anything, including carnivorous cats.
Good. There's so many different animal sanctuaries that would love to have your assistance. So, Baby's Day Out. The movie as it exists is there's this rich couple and the wife, mom, whatever, basically has hired a photographer who is different than the photographer they normally use because she wants to get her baby featured in the newspaper.
Yes,
she
hilarious
wants it to be
premise.
Such a great photo of a baby that the baby's featured in the newspaper. So much so that it's such a great photo that maybe the baby will be on the front page.
Yes, and the baby is wearing a very, very jaunty cap.
Oh, yeah. This is one Ponzi-ass baby.
I think this movie needs way more crazy hats. I want this movie to have Clueless level hats.
Great. Fully on board. But, like, then the bad guys basically knock out and shove away the photographers and take their place so that they can kidnap this baby. And
there's a great scene where they sort of pretend to be this pretentious photographer, which I love.
Which Joey Montana, Joe Montana, Joey. It's Joe Pantaleone and Joe Montana and another guy whose name is Brian Haley show up in fancy hats.
Yeah. Again, the cunty hat is alive and well on this.
Absolutely it is. It is very funny. They kidnap the baby. Their whole plan is to ransom the baby for $5 million.
Yeah. There is something there with the way that they kidnap the baby where they sort of, they insist on being alone with the baby that I was like, we can't do this.
This would never happen.
This will never fly. I can't believe that it flew back then.
Yeah.
No parent would ever leave their child alone with three weird photographers.
Their trick was also like, we think your top's a little bit too busy. And she's like, you're right, it is.
I need to change.
Everyone goes and helps her change.
Yeah.
The lawyer, the nanny who actually raised the baby.
Yes.
And her, like, race out of the room. And then they're like, all right, cool, back up the truck. Let's take this kid.
Which this is where they were so going against, like, the whole premise of the nanny. The nanny loved the baby so much. The nanny would never leave the baby alone.
Not for even a second.
No, but that's why you have to have some sort of, like, intense distraction, I think, instead.
Yes. You have to, like, there's 3 of them. Send one of them elsewhere to go do a thing.
Yeah, make a loud noise. And everybody turns, and then suddenly the baby's gone.
Exactly. Like, it needs to be a careful, precision-based activity that you're like, these guys are pros.
Yeah.
So that way it's funny the rest of the movie when they keep getting the shit kicked out of them.
Yes.
But anyway, they steal the baby, and then the cops are called, all this happens, and then basically we now have 2 movies. The mom, dad, the FBI agent Dale are, like, being sad and trying to figure out what's going on with the baby, and they're following tips and all of that. And then Eddie, Norby, and Vico are trying to, like, hold on to the baby, so they try to put the baby to sleep, and they read the baby his book.
Yes.
This baby has a book called Baby's Day Out.
Yes.
Where the baby goes to the park, goes to the zoo, goes to the mall, something, something, something. It's the only book that this super young baby reads, which is something a toddler does, but not a baby.
Some babies do get obsessed with, like, a specific book sometimes.
You think when they're that young?
In my experience with babies.
Before they can talk?
Yeah.
All right.
They'll reach for it. They grab. I'm gesturing.
I mean, look, Baby's Day Out is good and all, but it's no Hamster Huey and the Gooey Bluey.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's a Calvin and Hobbes joke.
Okay.
Hamster Huey and the Gooey Kablooey is the book that Calvin is obsessed with, and the dad hates reading it. And we never find out what's in this book. It's always just like, Calvin and Hobbes does that thing where they constantly refer to something and we never get to see it, which is that book and the noodle incident.
I mean, we know, unfortunately, what that sounds like is jizz. That's jizz in that book.
That's not my interpretation of it, but I believe you. My interpretation is that the hamster exploded.
Oh no! Mine is I would rather find jizz than an exploded hamster.
I think it's going to have to depend on context for me.
No matter what.
I don't know. If I come home and just on my comforter is a hamster, I'm like, oh, how'd this happen? All right, come here, little guy. Whereas if I come home and there's just jizz on my comforter, that's a problem. And now we have other problems.
They're both problems because if somebody left an exploded hamster in your bed,
oh yeah,
that's like a Godfather like.
I forgot exploded. You're right.
Yeah. The exploded part of it makes it, like, untenable.
No, you're correct.
Obviously, a live hamster is better than jizz. I'm not crazy.
I literally, like, already forgotten the kablooey part.
Yes.
So, it's a series of, like, wacky shenanigans of, like, tracking down the baby. They have the baby, they lose the baby, and the baby's just, like, crawling around and having an amazing time. The baby, like, and this entire world is full of people who never see the baby.
Yes.
How?
Also, I mean, the thing is, like, here, in the present day, it's easy to imagine that people don't see the baby because people are distracted.
Sure.
People are looking at their phones. People are not paying attention. I do think adults are not looking down all the time. But I agree. I would have also liked to see more gentle people try and help the baby.
Yeah.
Right? There are a couple occasions where somebody tries to help the baby. But I would like to see more of, like... Because I also think it's important to model the world that we wish to see in movies.
Agreed.
And part of the world that I wish to see is a world where people look out for children and try and treat them as though they're a member of their community, even if they don't know them.
Yeah, which does happen. So, like, the baby crawls around, like, the baby escapes onto the roof and through, like, crawling over a board, sneaking down, like, figuring out its way down the building. I don't remember how the baby gets out of the building.
I don't either.
Like, because it's on the roof, and then I think it gets in an elevator, and that elevator goes all the way down, but I don't remember how the baby gets off the roof.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of just ignore that. I genuinely don't remember. Wild. And the baby, like, ends up in, like, this, it's not a mall. It's like like JCPenney's, like a Macy's kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like a department store.
Department store.
Yeah.
The baby, like, finds a rotating door.
Yes.
I'm doing so well today.
What is one of those spinny doors? What are those called? They have a name.
They have a name.
I used to love those as a kid.
I continue to love them. I just wish I remember what they were called.
I was really scared when I saw that baby go in that door, though, because it felt like we were about to see baby meat.
That was it. I thought it was about to be a gooey kablooey.
Yeah, yes, it looked like a gooey kablooey. It was very Final Destination when that baby got in the thing, and I was like, "Fuck!"
And so the baby, like, gets spun out of this door that has a name, and a woman finds it and goes, "What are you doing outside of the baby holding center?" And she picks up the baby, brings it back to, like, baby holding.
Yeah.
The nursery. And the baby, who definitely has a name, Baby Bink.
So it doesn't have a name.
No. And she places Baby Bink down in the nursery, and the baby goes, nah, crawls into the stroller of another baby and gets wheeled out with this other baby.
Yes.
And just continues on about its way. At which point it, like, it climbs onto a bus. The bus driver doesn't see it. And then crawls into the bag of a woman. And this is probably the worst part of the movie because they start fat-shaming this poor woman.
Yes.
But the thing about this woman, and this is why I recast her specifically, is because the baby crawls into her bag and then she continues to pick up that bag as if there's no baby in the bag.
Oh yeah, she must be really strong.
So she has to be jacked as shit.
Yeah, because that baby is at least 20 pounds.
At least
30
20
pounds probably.
And if she just picks up the bag without noticing that level of weight,
yeah,
she has to be the strongest woman alive.
Yeah, that's, like, a really good point.
But, like, the reason why I wanted to get to that is, like, it's that level of not noticing there's a baby.
That would also make the she's gonna kick their asses scene a lot more fun.
Absolutely.
Because then I think you could do, like, some real, like, dun 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 stuff. You know, she's, like, really strong. Mm-hmm. She like uppercuts them straight up, like, 4 stories. You know,
like. My pitch for this eventual movie is going to be that it is 2 movies happening simultaneously. I want the mom and dad and Gilbertine, which is the nanny's name.
Insane.
To be in, like, just a melodrama. It is the darkest shit. They lost their baby. And then I want it to be, like, full-on mask-level cartoon shenanigans with the three bad guys and the baby, and it's just this juxtaposition of these two things happening at the same time.
Okay, I like it. I have an element to add on to it.
Please.
Because one of the things that really annoyed me was that Cynthia Nixon's character, who clearly loves this baby, doesn't go out and find the baby. Right? I felt like someone should be going out and trying to physically find the baby. It's sort of weak sauce that they're like, oh, the police officer doesn't want me to go find the baby. Okay.
Yeah, he convinces her to stay home because what if the baby comes back? And it's like, again, it's a baby. But also it's like, there's a butler.
Yeah.
There's a dad.
The detective's here. There's like 17 people in this house.
Let her go look for her baby.
Yeah, seriously. And also like, maybe the mom shouldn't look for the baby because the mom is like emotionally distraught. But like the nanny has know-how. She's smart. And so I want the third element of this movie to be the nanny searching for the baby.
Oh, just the nanny, not the mom?
The nanny goes off and searches for the baby. Maybe the nanny promises the mom, like if the mom does have to stay for some reason. Because I don't really love... The whole point of the mom character is that she's sort of like... Both of the parents are like vapid and bad.
Yeah. It's Laura Flynn Boyle?
I don't know.
One of the two. And she's just like, this baby means everything to me. Here, you care for it.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't really give a shit about the rich people.
Yeah.
But, like, Gilbertine is lovely.
Yes, and also this seems like a really good opportunity to, like, do some fun comedy about rich people being dumb.
Yes.
So, I don't want... I mean, I guess you could... It would be a whole different movie if the mom and the nanny went out together.
That's true.
It would be like the mom and the nanny have to have a whole character arc together where, like, the mom changes and grows.
Yeah.
Which is a lot that I don't necessarily want.
No, we don't need that.
But I just think the nanny's sort of like hunting around New York City.
I think your idea is better. Because I think that does give us our third element of... We get the melodrama back at home of like, oh, won't someone bring me back my baby?
Yeah.
And then Gilbertine is like out looking for the baby and it's a action movie sequence. And I would love it if she's tracking the baby and we end up in the same situations with the spinning door, which has a name.
Yeah.
And she just sees it in a completely different light. She sees it as the like... Final Destination trap that it might have been, and she's like, no, I hope the baby wasn't here, and she just like is imagining all these horrible situations.
Yeah, but she's got this amazing baby.
I'm looking up what
sense.
these doors are called.
So she's like following. Yeah, I like the idea of her tracking the baby, and she's one step behind. She's so close. She's picking up clues. She's finding like mustache hairs from the kidnappers. All this kind of stuff. I think that'd be really fun for her.
It's a revolving door.
Yeah. Oh, that's a stupid. I wanted something better.
My brain kept going rotary door, so I was almost there, but wrong.
I mean, it's like a rotary phone. It goes in a circle.
It goes in a circle, and then when you spin the door far enough, it spins all the way back and resets.
Yeah, perfect.
Like how doors do.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that would be extremely fun because that is the piece of this movie that's missing. Because then we get to the baby goes to all these different places. The bad guys keep getting beaten up and kicked in the dick at all these different locations. And it's great. The genuinely most terrifying moment is when the baby's in the gorilla cage.
Yes. But the gorilla is loving and gentle to the baby.
Of course.
And only mean to the bad guys, which is great.
Absolutely. It's wonderful. Because
clearly also a man in a gorilla suit.
100%. To the point that it is a man in a gorilla suit in the movie. And then there's a poster of Baby's Day Out, which I will find on my phone right now. That is a picture of the baby with a different gorilla. Because, like, the one on the cover that they used is, like, the shittiest looking gorilla I've ever seen. Like, I feel like that's a different gorilla, right?
Yeah, it's definitely... This whole thing is sort of, like, bad Photoshop.
Yes.
From, like, a bygone era when Photoshop was so much worse.
Yeah, which may or may not be the version of Photoshop I have on my computer. It doesn't matter. The important thing is... Like... And it's just like thing after thing after thing. And the detective comes back and he goes, the baby was seen at a construction site. The baby was seen at the zoo. The baby was in a department store. And then Cynthia Nixon Gilbertine goes, oh, I know where the baby's going next. Just again, we're just fully assuming magic baby.
Yes.
It's like as if this maybe 1-year-old, maybe, despite the fact that I don't think this baby's even one, has any semblance of agency.
Yes.
It's like
insane.
It's following the path that happens in the Baby's Day Out book.
Yes. And I think she can just find that out sooner.
Yeah.
She can figure that out sooner. And I think that like she's like a Gen Z gumshoe. You know what I mean? She'd have to be. And she's really on it. She's really smart.
I did not cast Gen Z, but I'm into it.
I just think there's something about it that like I don't know. She's like fun. She's cool.
Yeah.
She got like a fun haircut.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I think that's an amazing idea. And like, okay, we don't need to go point by point plot of the movie. Basically, they find the baby, and then the baby's sad because it's time for the baby to go to sleep, and the baby needs its book. And the baby like points to the clock tower where it was being held. It's like, that's where my book is. And they're like, well, clearly we're going to show up with an entire police presence to this building with a clock tower because that's where the bad guys are. Because again, the baby communicated that that's where the bad guys are, and it's a magic baby.
It's so funny that like we are currently living in a world where like if you tell the cops like I have an air tag on my car and I know exactly where it is and I know like it was stolen, they're like, we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But in the version of this movie, it's like the baby said so, we're in.
Well, it's also a version of a movie where they're saying there are reports of a missing baby in all these different locations. And we just all jump to the conclusion that it's this baby.
Yeah.
Like, there was a baby scene. There was baby this, baby that. And they're like, well, there's only one baby in this entire city. Our baby. Our photogenic, beautiful baby.
Yes.
And so then the bad guys get arrested, and it's all crazy bananas. So, like, how are we going to start this version of our movie?
Okay, I loved the credit sequence.
Okay.
I thought it was very cute. It's like, it's the book. Mm-hmm. We're seeing the book, and it's like all of the cute, like soft little pictures of the book.
Yeah.
I would maybe pick a different song because it's very like, it's very orchestral. I'm sorry to Bruce Broughton, who composed the music. It's very cute for this movie, but it's sort of, it gives you like a babyish feel.
It is the most John Hughes thing. It is a very John Hughes opening credits.
Yes. And I want like a harder song. I don't know what the song is, but I want like a more intense. I wrote down like Joan Jett Reputation, but I don't think that that's right. But I want something with like more bite, and then I want it to like cut to, or like after that we see like the Gen Z nanny is like dancing with the baby to the music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like exposing the baby to like cool music.
Great.
So that's what I would keep the book though. Like the book is cute.
Yeah. I like the book. I would maybe pick different illustrations.
Sure.
Other than this like 50s era white family reading to their baby about, oh, what a lovely day, Charles.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, isn't it ever so wonderful to be rich?
Yeah. Or you could have the nanny sort of making fun of that and like doing like a dumb voice.
I mean, genuinely, let's do that. That sounds great. And so like the nanny is the one actually raising the baby, and the mom comes in because the most interesting thing about the baby is that it can help her be more famous.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, I mean, like, we were in the news last week, but, like, we get to be in the news this week by having a cool baby.
Yeah, she's like a Vanderbilt or some shit.
Well, we also get to say that she's so excited for Baby Bink's face reveal.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the thing is also, like, obviously it's not going to be in a newspaper, right?
Right.
So it's the baby's first Instagram photo, probably.
Yeah, they are starting the baby's Instagram account.
Yeah, the baby's going to be an influencer baby. I think maybe one of the arcs of this movie is that they want the baby to be an influencer, and by the end of the movie they realize that influencing is not what they want to do to their child.
Well, also influencing and letting people know exactly where the baby is at all times. Maybe not great and safe.
It could be a parable against influencing.
Yeah.
I was thinking of kind of like a Gwyneth Paltrow type mom, but now I'm wondering if an influencer mom is like...
Well, there's the two different schools of thought on influencer moms, where there's the influencer moms who would be like these parents, where it's like, we have to show the baby at all times. This is the baby. We're showing off the baby. The baby already has their Instagram account, obviously. And then there's the Instagram moms like Milana Weintraub, who's like, you don't get to see my baby's face.
Yes.
The baby didn't consent to be in these photos. No, you don't get to see this baby.
Yes.
And I think that's probably healthier.
That's probably healthier. I think so. So I think it's really fun that the baby isn't... Maybe the baby's already been on camera 1 million times.
Yeah.
And then this is like the baby's first like featured video. Or this is the baby's first, like, the baby is getting like more responsibility.
Well, they already live streamed the birth.
Yeah, exactly. So like we've seen the baby 1 million times.
Well, like the baby's been a part of her Instagram account for this whole time. So now all of a sudden it's the split off.
We're launching the baby's Instagram account.
We're launching the baby's social media empire.
Yes. Yeah, we're doing a spin-off.
Yes.
Because the parents, and I think it's important that we make it both of the parents, because I don't want to just like lean into this like stereotype about it's just women who are doing this to babies. But I think
I briefly considered gender swapping Gilbertine, but then I was like, nah.
I mean, I get it. I would be down. It depends. I think it depends on who the actor is.
Of course.
But I think
you're right.
I think that the parents are both influencers. Maybe they met as influencers. They're just like deep in the sauce of influencing.
Or it's a marriage of like they both had 5 million followers, but then it's like one of those like public get-togethers, and they've stayed together and they get to have this baby, and this baby is like, oh my god, we've both been taking so many different pictures, and like now we both have 10 million followers because like being this wholesome family unit is like we're an Instagram couple and we post things on each other's feeds.
Yes. Because the other thing that I think is fun about this is that we could show some of the, I think people who watch TikTok and Instagram videos don't realize how much production level is often going into these, even if the video is bad.
Yeah.
Because I, as a writer, I, as a person who works in Hollywood, I know many people who make their living as writers and crew for these Instagram people. And 9,000 times out of 10,000, the Instagram people are horrendous bosses. They're absolute shitbags. And more often than not, they completely ignore all labor laws, including child labor laws.
Yes. And that's why they're not raising the baby, because they only pay attention to the baby when it's going to be in their photos. So it's like, is Baby Bink's makeup done yet? We gotta...
Yeah. Because that's the other thing, is like they turn their houses into huge sets.
Yes.
And if you've ever been on a set before, you know people are coming and going all the time.
All the time.
And so it would be much easier to steal an Instagram baby because you know what their house looks like. You can study the videos, but also like there's just a lot of adults coming in and out. The grips are coming in and out. You know what I mean?
I just figured out how we do a distraction.
How?
So I feel like our distraction, like, because obviously that's the only thing they care about, and the bad guys know that. So the easy way to completely distract everyone in the social media household is to get a Instagram famous dog or cat to show up, and then everything converges on that because they only have this limited opportunity to take pictures with this Instagram dog or cat or whatever.
That's pretty fun. That's really fun. Also, I like the idea of like they're getting a really big director to come in, and that's who the bad guy is.
To shoot their 15-second whatever.
Yeah, and maybe the director directs them to like, okay, everybody has to look in this direction and you can't look in a different direction. Like, it's really important for the shot.
It's also like we're getting the director who directed this other Instagram thing. Like, they have their credibility, and so they also bring with them their retinue of other clients.
Yes.
And it's like, oh yeah, they filmed with this famous pug before.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my god, they made this pug famous. And the bad guys know it, and so they go to an animal shelter, they adopt a pug, bring it, drop it off. They're like, here is that pug. And they're like, great. Not even looking and paying attention to the fact that it's a clearly different animal.
But Henry the pug is very temperamental, and we cannot look him in the eye. So you all have to look upwards.
Yes.
To, like, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, it's really fucking hoity-toity and stupid.
Yes.
But they go for it because they're like, this is the guy.
Yeah.
This is this guy makes stars. He's the star maker.
And so then Gilbertine is the only one who's going to be back caring for the baby, but then they figure out a way to get the mom to call Gilbertine in.
Yeah.
So that she unfortunately leaves the baby alone, and the bad guys just go, yoink, baby away.
Yes. Yeah.
Great.
Or maybe the bad guy. Ooh, what if the bad guy, the baby's on set. So Gilbertine's on set watching the baby, and then the bad guy makes Gilbertine, because Gilbertine's trying to protect the baby, do some child labor protections here.
Absolutely.
And maybe also protect, you know, the dog or whatever. And
different room. That's where everyone else went.
So then he's like, I can't have this woman on my set. And Gilbertine gets banished from set. And that's how the baby gets stolen.
We can make it so much worse. We can say Gilbert, where the photographer goes, and how many followers do you have? She's like, oh, I'm not on social media. I'm not having an unfamous person here. And then the mom and dad take her away.
Yes, because they're so ashamed to have like such
We're so sorry. We'll find someone else. We're so sorry.
Oh my god. Also, I really like the idea of like at some point in the beginning, they're sort of admonishing Gilbertine because she's not getting enough BTS content of the baby.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Because she's doing her job and actually taking care of the baby. And they're like, we need more stuff. Like, we need you to get way more content on this baby.
Yes.
We hired you because we want like more content. Not
we
because
hired you because you're cheap. And so also do this.
Yes.
It's like, well, I don't have any. We hired you.
Yeah. Oh, also, I kind of like the idea if the nanny is like 16.
Oh,
so
man.
we're sort of like violating child labor. Like she's 18 playing 16. I'm not.
Yeah. Well, then if But then if she's the 16-year-old who's going around the city, like, tracking down the baby...
Yeah.
I think that's funny, but I let's make her let's make her an adult. I feel like if she's 16, that's an extra layer that I think is distracting from the fact that it is, in fact, a baby who is daying out.
Yes, the baby is daying out.
But yeah, so they get the baby.
Yeah.
How long do you want it to be before they notice the baby's missing? Because Gilbertine's obviously going to notice right away, and is then going to have to convince the parents that, in fact, the baby is gone.
Yeah, I feel like it's like several shots. Like Gilbertine's sort of like poking in and ruining shots to get them to notice that the baby's missing.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because they have so much more video to film.
So then the real question is, how quickly are they going to put together a GoFundMe to raise the funds to go looking for the baby?
Instantly.
Okay.
That's the first move. And then Gilbertine is like, should we call the police?
How many followers do the police have?
Yeah, exactly.
No, not the band.
We need to call the authorities. We need to put a bolo out. We need to Amber Alert. Do you know what an Amber Alert is?
Oh, I'm doing ACAB this week.
Yeah.
No. I'm doing ACAB this week.
Yes.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, great. So then, like, that stuff's happening, and now we're away from that craziness, and now we're there with our three bad guys, Eddie, Norby, and I called him the cereal guy, with his giant bowl of cereal that he pushes down in order to pour milk in. Which, like, I've talked to people and, like, that's the scene they remember from the movie. Because it's like, that's nuts. What are they going to do with the baby?
Well, okay.
Because they don't care about fame or celebrity, so they're not going to be taking pictures with the baby.
First, I think we need to talk about who these guys are.
Great.
Because this is...
Not Joey Pants?
This is the hero casting of the movie.
Oh.
These are the people that you come to the movie to see, I think.
Great, yeah.
It's so
They're
important
certainly
to
the
get
three
these,
on
right?
the poster.
They're the three on the poster, but also they're clearly the funniest,
Yes.
most fun characters.
Which you don't necessarily expect from Joe Mantegna and Joe Pantaleone.
Yes.
And Brian Haley.
The Joes there are like clearly professional guys who get the shit beat out of them.
Absolutely.
Which I love. I love them. But for a modern era, I think Danny DeVito as the main guy.
Oh,
the
we'll get
guy.
to casting later.
Oh, okay. Casting later?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then we don't have to talk about this right now. We can go back to what you were saying.
I meant, like, I thought you were saying who these characters are in terms of, like, describing what the characters are. Like, what are they doing? What's their goal? How are they?
Well, they want... It's modern, so do they want crypto?
I feel like if we're doing...
They want money, right?
I think they just want money.
Yeah.
Because I think if we're going to, like, I feel like we have the crazy characters of the influencer parents. I don't think our criminals need to be, like, crypto people.
Yeah.
Because that's a different level of weird. Like, they're kidnappers. That's enough right now. This is just their ticket to money.
Okay.
Like, in the movie, it's, they're, like, ex-mob guys who, like, because there was, like, the whole kidnapping thing in the 90s, and it was the whole big fear, and it happened and whatever. But, like, that's not as much a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So it feels just like it's these people who are just trying to, like, make an easy buck, and influencers are an easy mark.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like the scene where they go back to their apartment.
Yeah.
And they just, like,
we're just going to hang out here till we go get our money.
Yeah, and they get one guy to watch the baby.
Yeah.
And he's not very good at watching a baby, but
he
tries his best. And I think maybe I also like the idea there's a little glimmer of like love for the baby.
Yeah.
The guy sees a little bit of like, oh, like my life could be different.
Yeah, I think that's very sweet. I like that a lot. The baby's going to get away. I don't think it needs to be because this person cared too much, because I kind of like the idea of, like, reading the book. We have the book goes with them, fine. We read the baby the book, and the person falls asleep. I just think is kind of funny. Like, I don't think you need to change that. And then the baby goes out, and we're just spend the rest of the movie chasing the baby.
Yeah.
How heightened do you want all of that to be? Like, do you want to hit the same things? Like, department stores don't really... Also, this is in Chicago, right? Like,
this is in New York, I think.
Is it New York?
Maybe it's Chicago.
Because it's a John Hughes movie. Aren't most John Hughes movies in Chicago?
Probably, yeah.
Whatever. It's some city.
I think we need to modernize some of them. Like, I think a department store is a little bit old-fashioned.
Yeah.
And unlikely.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I wished there was more of was baby wish fulfillment.
Okay.
Like, there's at the very end when the baby gets to the construction site.
Yeah.
It's the first time that I'm like, this is something that, like, kids would be, like, thrilled.
Yeah.
About. You know what I mean?
To go play with all these tools. I mean, again, a baby's not going to play with the tools, but,
yeah.
like...
But to have the freedom in that space. And so I think that, like, it's a fun idea to try and think of, like, what are the... You know, the baby should like maybe the influencer mom is like really restrictive about what the baby gets to eat, and so the baby gets into a grocery store and gets all the cookies, right? Or like
sorry, I just looked at the budget of this movie in 1994 and my mind just got blown.
What's the budget?
What do you think the budget is?
I'm not very good with budgets. I'm not a numbers person, so I'm gonna like $5 million.
So in 1994, this movie cost $48 million.
What? Okay, but that makes sense because the baby shots are insane.
They're insane, and it all blends. Like, there's no baby actually on a giant, like, steel girder being hoisted into the sky.
Yeah.
Like, they figured out a way to do that. I don't know how.
There's a lot of craft in this movie. Like, that's the thing. It's like, it's crazy to me that this is, like, sort of a... Was this in theaters?
Oh, yeah.
This
was in theaters, and then it was on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Which is how most people I know saw it.
It's just, it's not even, like, the fanciest movie in the world. You know what I mean? It's like a whatever movie, and they're like, we're gonna make it amazing.
That's John Hughes. John Hughes is like, this is what I'm gonna do in 1994.
Yeah, good for him.
So, yes. So, like, there aren't really department stores, and we want to turn the construction site into, like, a playground. Mm-hmm. I think the zoo still works.
I love the zoo.
I don't think we can put the baby in with a giant gorilla anymore because of the joke that I made at the beginning where it's like, well, that's just Harambe.
Sure.
We don't want to shoot the gorilla.
But there might be some other animal.
I think it would be funny if the baby's in with a bunch of koalas.
Ooh. I like koalas. I also like...
And, like, you can literally have the baby holding on as the koala's climbing up the tree.
Yeah. I like that. I also like lizards.
Yeah.
I think maybe we get a couple different animals.
I think not enough time is spent at the zoo because the baby... And also, the way this zoo is set up is terrible. Like, the very thin bars for everything. Like, clearly some of the monkeys would have escaped from some of the other cages. Like, easily. But yeah, like, put the baby in all these different kinds of enclosures. And, like, then you also get to have, like, the moment where a bad guy gets, like, falls through glass and is covered in lizards.
Yeah. Oh, like the baby with penguins.
Yeah. That's
fun.
So good. Yes, absolutely a baby with penguins.
Yeah, and maybe people see, maybe it's during, you know how, like, penguins are like a hero exhibit, so there's a big glass wall. People see the baby. Yeah. And they freak out. But then somehow they're not able to catch it.
Well, even more so, like, the people are freaking out, and the bad guys go in and they sneak around back, and they do a little dance with the penguins and the baby, and they're like, and people are like, oh, it's all a thing! And then they just start snapping pictures, and then, of course, that's how Gilbertine tracks them down to the zoo and just misses them.
Yes. It's also fun, like, the idea of the baby keeps going viral.
Yes.
And the mom is the parents are sort of conflicted, because it's like, oh, well, this is doing really well.
It's really helping the brand.
Yeah, the brand. But also the brand's in the toilet because we let our baby get kidnapped.
Yes. That's true. They keep trying to rush out, but then the cops are keeping them in place going, no.
Yeah.
You'll spook them. We're trying to track things down.
Yes. Yeah, and also the cops, the other hard thing is that the cops at some point the cops take away their phones because they're like, you need to stop posting on social media because it's making it worse.
Yes, I agree.
And it's just like, they just go completely nuts for a little bit. But then it's like, it's withdrawal and they come back to themselves once they have a little bit of time without their phones and they realize what they're doing.
I also like the idea of taking the phones away from them and then they just sit on the couch and do not know what to do. Yeah. It's like they keep trying to, like, have you seen that thing that people hold sometimes, like just the clear plastic acrylic where they're doing the motions for being on a phone, but it's just a piece of acrylic?
Video, yeah. It's they're holding their case because they don't own two phones. So they're using their phone to film and they're holding their case.
Yeah. But like people do that to try to like break themselves of the phone habit because it's just like the...
Wait, that's insane.
No, it's a real thing, but yes, it's absolutely insane.
But I might try it. Like...
Great, go for it. But, like, it's a thing that people do. It was on some Jordan the Stallion video where, like, someone caught a video of, like, a woman with, like, it was like, oh my god, is this a clear see-through phone? That's so cool. And it was like, no, it's just acrylic. Yeah. She's just trying to break her addiction to her phone.
It's kind of like when people quit smoking and they like, chew gum a lot.
Yeah.
You need something else to, like, fill the
habit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. And that's going on back at the house. And then meanwhile, so we do the zoo. The construction, I think it needs to be ridiculously dangerous stuff. Like, the baby... the baby falls in a cement mixer, but it's an empty cement mixer, so the baby's just like, woo, fun!
Yeah. Baby's having a great time.
And then, like, it spins and the baby flies out and lands in, like, a pile of sawdust, and the baby's like, yeah! And then, meanwhile, like, the bad guys are... Because, like, the construction site is also very John Hughes, because it feels like the Home Alone, like, traps. Yeah. They get covered in glue, they fall into cement, they crack their nuts on steel girders. It is very John Hughes, let's have a child torture adults kind of thing. And I think that's kind of fun. Of just like a whole series of choreography around the baby having fun and hitting things.
Yeah.
And it is actively harming everybody else. And you get to have like the near misses of like people seeing what's going on, and then they get showered in sparks and lit on fire.
Yes.
I think that'll be fun.
I think that's fun.
So we have that, we have the zoo. What are we going to do to replace the department store?
I think it kind of depends. What city is this in? Because I do think the city plays a huge character in the movie.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be Chicago, despite the fact that that is the John Hughes thing. It can be New York because that gives us subways.
Yes, and it would be fun to see a baby on a subway.
Absolutely, and so it feels like that's probably the right answer.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, part of me is like, it would be fun to put the baby in Los Angeles because it's such an iconic city, but logistically the things here are so far away from each other that it feels less.
And I know there's a zoo in Central Park and stuff like that.
So I think if it's New York, it would be fun to put the baby in some iconic New York locations, like Central Park, the zoo.
It's basically just in and around Manhattan.
Yeah,
and I think that's enough.
Yeah.
And
I mean, in that case, isn't FAO Schwartz still like going strong in New York City?
I think that's probably true. There's certainly places in and around there, and there's all of like the Times Square things.
I think the baby could go to FAO Schwartz.
Yeah, and if you do the baby in New York, you get to have the moment where the baby is captured in something and it's like being projected on Times Square.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, it's the ultimate viral moment.
Yes.
And we're missing it.
Yes, yes, yeah, that's perfect.
Let us have our phones back. No.
Yes. Yeah, they have to watch it on CNN like everyone else.
Well, they have to watch it because they don't own a TV. Why would they own a TV?
You're right.
So they would have to watch it. They sneak around the corner and they're doing their weird Scooby-Doo thing, like leaning over and just trying to look down on one of the cops is on their phone.
Yeah.
And they're just like trying to like sneak and like see over the cop's shoulder to be on the phone. And they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Run around, grab the phone. Look at this. We're not getting to.
Yeah, I think that's great. I love that.
So yes, we get to do FAO Schwartz. We're replacing the bus with the subway. We still have the zoo. We still have the construction site. And then at the end, the baby ends up at the retired army guy place. Which
so
is just
funny.
like, what are you talking about?
I mean, my first thought, if it's New York, is like a home for retired actors.
I mean, I think you could also send the baby to the cabaret.
Yeah. The thing is, like, retired army guys
put the baby
now,
on Broadway.
Oh, I mean, unfortunately, this would get horribly politicized, but the baby should end up at a drag show.
Absolutely, the baby should be at a drag show.
That's the real right answer here.
Well, of course it's the right answer, because the baby in the original movie gets to this military base, and they all gather around the baby and sing to it.
Yeah.
No one called anyone.
Yeah.
They just sing around this baby.
But they treat it very sweetly, and they're like, it's the baby finally arriving into this refuge of, like, genuine care.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think, like, the baby arriving at a drag show is the modern version of that.
Yes, I agree, because then the drag show shows up, the baby gets there, and they're like, whose kid is this? We should call someone.
Yeah.
And it's the first time the whole movie.
Maybe at first the drag queens think, like, there's some sort of misunderstanding where they're like, oh, yeah, Deborah was going to leave her, like, Deborah had her baby here, so that we get a little, because I want the fun scene of, like, the queens dancing with the baby on stage, like, being very sweet to the baby, like, involving the baby in the show.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a really fun scene. And then then Deborah shows up with her baby, and they're like, oh, this is not Deborah's baby. And then they're like, oh no, we have to do something.
So here's how we can set that up. Because the baby, in the movie as it exists, the baby's kind of like following the path of the book, which is insane. And I feel like you can do that. I feel like just having the baby go to different places is a little bit more fun. The baby's on the loose. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like the thing that actually draws the baby in is Deborah sitting and reading to her child and reading the same book to her kid.
Oh, yeah.
And so the baby hears that and goes after that. Deborah doesn't see that because she takes her own baby and, like, goes and puts the baby to sleep, does something else. But then there is a baby left behind because it was drawn in by the book.
Yeah.
And so where there was Deborah and baby, now there is just baby.
Yeah.
This must be Deborah's baby.
And this drag queen comes out and is like, oh my God, Deborah's baby.
Yes.
I need to, I don't know what happened. Deborah, I don't know where Deborah is. She's not answering her phone. So, like, I'm going to take care of you.
Because she turns her phone off when she's taking care of the baby.
Yeah.
Like a responsible human being.
But the drag queen's like, I'm not going to, I have to take care of you. And, and the show must go on.
And the show must go on,
so,
obviously.
The baby's in the show.
Yes. Perfect. Love it. That seems like a suitable grand finale.
Yeah.
And then, of course, that's where Gilbertine finally catches up.
Yeah.
And Everyone's happy. It's amazing. We have the baby. We recover the baby. We bring the baby back. But then we have that one final sequence. The baby wants its book. We'll just buy you a new one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, like, they go after the baby. The baby's magic and it points to the clock tower. Fine. But then we get back and the baby's like, you know what? I think I'm good with that book. And then reaches to its shelf and pulls out a new book, and it's Baby's Trip to China.
It's clearly there's great books about drag queens and babies.
Absolutely.
So I think because the other thing is, like, in this version, I like the idea that instead of the cops solving it, Gilbertine solves it.
Yeah.
So, like, we don't need to have the cops, like, go and arrest the bad guys.
No, and especially after the bad guys got beaten up by all the drag queens.
Yeah.
Or, like, the drag queens are the ones who actually apprehend the bad guys and arrest them because they're the heroes.
We see, like, a little, like a fist, you know, the thing where you hit your fist on your own hand to be like, all right, guy. We don't know, you know. But, and also these guys
You get to do the Let's Go Girls. Dun, 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 dun,
oh,
dun.
yeah. I do really think it should be a Shania Twain impersonator
Absolutely.
that gets the baby to start with.
100%. Great.
Amazing.
Okay, so then that's how we resolve that. We don't need magic baby magic. And then Gilbertine brings the baby back. Everyone's thrilled. The two parents come and have this moment with their with their baby.
That's a real LA Freudian slip to think that a
sure
movie
is
a baby.
I mean, in a way. They're both expensive and don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
The important thing is, so the parents come in and they're genuinely so relieved when the baby finally gets back, because we reach a point in their arc where they're genuinely so worried about their kid because all this stuff keeps happening.
Yeah.
That they come back, they spend all this time with their baby, and their phones are completely nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
End of movie.
And and they're done. They give up on Instagram entirely.
Well, that's not going to happen. Let's not go crazy.
No, I think they should. It's wish fulfillment.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody, because, like, I think especially right now, everybody wants to break the addiction to their phone too.
Yeah.
Right. So the parents give it up.
Or we can have the moment where, like, the detective, the FBI guy comes and offers them their phone back, and they just go, keep it.
Yeah. And he's like, don't you need to, like, be able to call your parents?
Keep it.
No.
Keep it. Great. And then end of movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
No further explanation. Now. And then we cut to the credits and we get to have L is for the way. And it's just them in public not taking pictures with the baby and just getting more and more confused.
Yeah, them enjoying the baby, not, like, having to put makeup on the baby. Like,
yes. But they will still have, of course, a series of ridiculous hats.
Sure, of course.
As is our
The
ways.
more ridiculous, the better.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So then, I think that's our movie. Is there anything else we're missing in terms of, like, plot?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
Wonderful. Then now let's get into casting.
Okay.
I started with the mom and the dad, just in terms of, like, famous white people.
Sure. Who do you have?
I have Felicity Jones and Sebastian Stan.
I think that's fine.
It's like, they're just, like, silly, goofy, like, people who could, like, very much be the, like, oh, our child. And just, like, you could see them being, like, a very into it influencer couple. Because, like, Sebastian Stan, as, like, serious and dour as he looks, is very, very willing to be silly.
Yes.
And I think that's fun. And Felicity Jones is also very silly.
My only alt is, do you know Anthony Kerrigan?
I know the name.
NoHo Hank?
I don't know him, actually.
You're missing out on Anthony Kerrigan. Did you see Superman?
I did.
He was the guy with a lot of, all of the elements on his body, and he has the little baby.
Oh, he did a great job.
He's great, but he's also extremely funny as NoHo Hank.
Fantastic. Great. Then let's do Anthony Kerrigan as the dad.
I love him so much. Just look at this picture of him in costume as NoHo Hank, and you'll see how he can go with the melodrama.
He can be anything, and I just love the idea of, so we get to have the mom's closet full of wigs.
Yeah.
Or no, we get the mom's closet full of clothes. We get to do both. Mom's closet full of wigs, dad's closet full of wigs.
Yes.
Baby's closet full of hats.
Yes.
Great. And then we have Gilbertine. So you were saying Gilbertine should be like a Gen Z person.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I went with Divine Joy Randolph.
Oh, I do really love her too.
But I'm perfectly happy to go with someone a little bit younger. Who did you have for Gilbertine?
Okay, so I was originally thinking of Jane Wickline from SNL.
Okay.
Because she's like she could play a similar character to Cynthia Nixon. But as we've been talking today, when I was thinking of like a cool Gen Z kid, like sort of, I'm thinking of like, you know, she's got like overalls, but one straps off. Like she's really cool, but like in a completely effortless way. Do you know who Marseille Martin is?
Once again, I've heard the name Marseille Martin.
I'm trying to find a picture of her that's not all glam, because like She looks so glam in
The
these.
actress from Little. Oh, yeah, of course. That's why I know her name.
Yeah. But, like, she's got kind of like a, what's the word? Like a
Great.
a vibe of, like, she's going to tell these parents off.
No notes. I think that's fantastic.
And she's fun. You can tell that she'd be, like, a fun nanny.
Absolutely. I mean, like, she was an executive producer on Little. What's not fun about that?
Yeah, and she's also a businesswoman.
Yeah, very much so. But, like, I think that's great. I think that's a very fun choice. I think that's a good idea for Gilbertine. So,
Also, to put Gilbertine on her resume would be really funny.
I agree. That's why I've been saying the name so much, because it's a ridiculous name.
Yes.
And she's also dressed so poncy.
Yes.
But no, not in this movie. So then we already heard that your Eddie is Danny DeVito.
I think Danny DeVito is the perfect... There are 3 guys, right?
Yeah.
And the way that the 3 guys work is that there's the boss and then the 2 dummies.
Yes.
And Danny DeVito is the boss.
Yes.
Because...
He'd also be a fun dummy, but yes.
No, but he's got boss energy.
Yeah.
And honestly, truly, I think this could just be the guys from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but to make it a little bit different, I think one of the dummies, do you know who Chris Fleming is?
Once again, I've heard the name. I'm looking him up.
Chris Fleming is a very funny stand-up and kind of a weird choice, perhaps.
Oh, yes, I've seen him.
But what I like about Chris is that he moves like a Gumby doll.
Okay.
He has like a lot of physicality. He's got like, he's sort of like a liquid.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, it's hard to find a physical comedian these days. We don't do as much physical comedy.
It's true.
But I think there's an untapped potential in Chris Fleming's liquidity.
And we're not talking financials.
Yes. I'm just saying, like, there's something about the way Chris moves his body that I'm like, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
that could be cool. Okay, who did you have?
So you said 2. Who was your third one?
I mean, I had a bunch of different ones, and I wasn't completely sold on any of them. I did think it could also be Cola Scola. I'm always trying to fit Cola Scola in.
Fair enough.
But also Sarah Sherman, I think, could be a good one. Sarah Sherman's got that kind of, like, feral energy.
Oh, yeah. I think it'd be interesting. Like, I think you could do Sarah Sherman or Chris Fleming, but not both.
No, I think these guys should be fucking weird. You gotta get so much weirdness in.
Fair enough. Let me tell you about who I cast.
Okay, who do you have?
Because I kind of went the other idea of the way that they exist in the movie now is that they are tough guys.
Yeah.
That then get, like, they're playing high status and then they get, like, kicked and brought to low status.
Yes.
And I think that that's more interesting. Like you cast people who are big and intimidating.
Okay.
And then you embarrass them over and over and over and over again.
Okay.
And I think that's funny.
Okay.
Because, like, I want to see the big guy, like, get covered in glue or accidentally lit on fire and they go, whoa! Because, like, how often do they get the opportunity to do that?
Yeah.
And I think that's great. I also gender swapped my Eddie.
Okay, who do you have?
So I wanted someone who was big and intimidating, but also very funny. And I was like, well, that's Gwendolyn Christie.
Okay.
And so, like, Gwendolyn Christie as the Eddie, the one in charge. And then her 2 knuckleheads, my Norby, my Joey Pantaleono, is Dwayne Perkins, who was in the studio, but he's also in The Blackening and The Upshaws. Who did he play in the studio?
Oh, yeah. I know this guy.
And, because, like, he clearly is very, very funny, and he's Tyler in the studio.
Okay.
But also, like, you could see him getting tough and then, like, getting that air taken out of his sails.
Okay.
And then for the serial guy, the largest of the three gentlemen,
the muscles,
I was like, feel like I got to get a professional wrestler.
Okay.
And I specifically went after a professional wrestler named Brody King.
Okay.
Brody King has started wrestling in t-shirts that say "Abolish ICE."
Okay, cute. Love it.
And so people are like, great, Brody King, good guy Brody King. And I'm vaguely aware of him just because, like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, I have friends who are huge into wrestling. I'm not one of them, but they super are. And my friends hired Brody King before he was, like, big and famous to show up at one of my other friends' bachelor parties.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, after that, he has gone on to become a more famous wrestler.
Fun.
And be like, yeah, no, fucking abolish ICE. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And, like, shit like that's great. And so I think he'd be a very fun, like, because he's a big, intimidating guy. He's covered in tattoos, as you can see. And, like, I think you get the opportunity to have, like, the big, like, ah! And then he just gets kicked in the head by a koala.
Sure.
Or it slips on the ice near some penguins.
Sure.
Silly, fun things.
I mean, honestly, I think that both of these trios are equally fun in different ways.
I agree. I feel like we can do a mix of them.
Okay, here's my argument for the weird guys.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out which one of your weird guys I want to keep.
The weird guy, what I like about the trio of people in the original
the trio
video,
of weird?
In the trio of weird in the original movie is that they're stupid.
Oh, yeah.
They're stupid and they're weird and they're like, they're just dumb.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what I really like about the weird casting. Mm-hmm. That's what I like about Danny DeVito. Like, Gwendolyn Christie is smart.
Yes, I agree. I think Danny DeVito is better than Gwendolyn Christie. I agree with you on that. I think Danny DeVito should be our Eddie. I do think our serial guy needs to be big and intimidating.
I'll take Brody King. I like Brody King.
But then that leaves us with our Joey Pants replacement. And I like the idea of it being another weirdo. Like, I like the idea of it being Chris or it was Sarah. What?
I think Chris, of the two, Sarah Sherman and Chris, I would choose Chris because I really think that the weird
I was going to go the other way.
physicality-
I was going to go potentially with Sarah Sherman just because I don't necessarily want 3 white guys.
Sure, fair. I just, maybe...
Because, like, we have a very... Like, the movie, as it exists, exclusively white.
Yes.
I try not to do that.
We can do Sarah Sherman.
So, like, I would push us to Sarah Sherman over Chris Fleming, given that option, if that's okay.
That's fine.
I mean, again, still white, but, like, at least we're gender swapping a little bit. And then I also recast the FBI agent Dale and the redheaded woman that I told you about earlier.
For some reason, I wrote down that the bus driver should be Ron Funches.
Great.
It's a small role, but I just think Ron Funches is delightful.
Done.
Okay, so for the lady who kicks people's ass, I like your idea of the strong person, so I'm going to defer to you. But I did originally think it might be fun for it to be Lisa Ann Walter.
Who's Lisa Ann Walter?
The only comedy TV show they're making these days. Abbott Elementary.
Oh, because I cast someone from the other comedy TV show that they're making these days.
Oh, okay. Who'd you pick?
I cast Danielle Pinnock from Ghosts.
Oh, I do like her. I was also thinking, when you were describing it, I was also thinking, like, bodybuilder.
I mean...
Woman.
Well, like, it's... Like, the idea was that, like, secret jacked. Because, like, in the movie, she's obviously not, like, a bodybuilder. Yes. Like, but just, like, the nature of not realizing there's 20 extra pounds in your bag is crazy. If we had a bodybuilder, that would be amazing. Like, if we can find the name for a female bodybuilder, let's do it.
Okay, well, my pitch is Alana Mayer.
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
No.
She is a very famous rugby player, so she's extremely strong.
Oh, Amanda wanted to cast her when we were doing our Naked Gun. Yeah, let's do it. Alana Mayer.
She's sweet, she's strong, and I think she really would, like, when you see her face playing rugby, she could kick some fucking ass.
No, I think that's the better choice. Alana Mayer is an amazing choice.
Yeah, because I think she genuinely could lift a lot of weight and not even notice.
Agreed. And then I had FBI agent Dale. I went with Connie Nelson.
Okay.
Who is in Gladiator. She's in Wonder Woman. She's in 1 Hour Photo. I just thought she could play a very, like, over it FBI director.
Yeah, sure. That's great.
Cool. I didn't have any other actor roles. I just had writer or director. Do you have any other actor roles?
I wrote down... Actually, this one's from my husband, to be fair. 18-wheeler played by Optimus Prime.
With respect to Jonathan, I'm not going to write that down. Because I don't remember an 18-wheeler in the movie at all.
No, I think that's all I have. The only other things that I need to say right now, because I just saw them, is I wrote down as I was writing watching this movie, the use of hats in this movie is excellent. I would only dial it up to 11. And also, the baby needs to have at least one extreme poop blowout.
Yeah. This baby's diaper doesn't get changed at all during the whole movie.
It gets changed once.
Oh, at the nursery?
By the nursery lady.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think it would be funny to when the bad guys first get the baby to have a blowout.
Absolutely. Yeah. It needs to happen. If anything, that's then they have to clean that up, and that's the reason why they put the baby in the other room.
Yeah, because they're like, finally we got all the poop off the baby, but now there's poop everywhere.
Yeah. Great. We'll have to figure out a way to say that and not show it, but yes.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you can show the poop coming up the baby's back.
You can. We shouldn't. But I think that's the sort of, like, those sorts of jokes are always the sort of thing that get people to, like, change the channel, do whatever, because it grosses them out. And I think it's really funny to see people's reactions to that than it is to see the actual grossness.
Sure.
But that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about writer-director. I have separate writer and director. Do you have separate or do you have a hyphenate?
I didn't even think of this because I was so overwhelmed by thinking about Danny DeVito.
That's fair. Okay, so then my writer, I have a writer named Joanna Kahlo.
Okay.
Who was a writer on BoJack Horseman, Hacks, The Bear, and then recently she wrote Thunderbolts, the Marvel movie.
Great.
And because, like, I thought that'd be fun. Like, she clearly has background in comedy. Like, great, let's do it. Let's comedy this sucker up.
Sure.
And then my director is Nisha Ganatra. She is a director. She's the director of the new Freakier Friday movie.
Sounds right.
She also did Deli Boys. She was on Transparent. She directed Late Night. Like, she's been doing, like, those kinds of comedy shows as well. And obviously, like, big new comedy.
Yeah, but I think Freakier Friday is like a good tone comp.
Kind of, yeah. And also it's like, hey, we're taking a movie that existed in the 90s and we're doing it again. Although Freaky Friday, I think, was early 2000s.
Well, 90s, early 2000s, it's all the same.
Same idea. So then, yeah, that's what we got. Let me take you through our cast of Baby's Day Out. Our mom is going to be Felicity Jones. Our dad is going to be Anthony Carrigan. Gilbertine is going to be Marseille Martin. Eddie is going to be Danny DeVito. Norby is going to be Sarah Sherman. Vico is going to be Brody King. The bus driver is going to be Ron Funches. FBI Agent Dale is going to be Connie Nielsen. Our redheaded woman will be Alana Mayer. All this will be written by Joanna Kahlo and then directed by Nisha Ganatra.
Amazing!
It's Baby's Day Out.
Yay! And the baby is going to be a perfect baby that requires a 17-state wide net search.
Yes, we are going to have to... Look, we will find a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know how, I don't know where, but we're going to find a baby.
There's got to be at least one cute baby in the world.
Unfortunately, we got to find twins because we got a production schedule.
That's true. Triplets, maybe.
I
We've
mean,
got Octomoms now. We can do 8 babies.
You know what? Now you're thinking.
Yes.
Start getting pregnant now, people.
Yes.
That is the plan for this movie.
Yay!
The unfortunate thing is that in making a movie about how not to be a baby influencer, whoever gets cast in this movie, it'll be really easy for them to become a baby influencer.
Yeah. But we're also providing, this is the thing, film and television is providing a pathway outside of the influencer pathway.
It's true.
With at least some child labor protections.
It's true. We're going to get this baby a Coogan account.
Yes, it is much better for the baby to have a Coogan account than for the baby to just be on your Instagram.
It's true. We're not supporting TikTok in this household.
No, we don't watch babies on TikTok.
I don't have TikTok.
Charlie bit my finger.
Well,
that baby was special.
Yeah, and that baby is now an adult, and we can watch videos of him and the brother just reenacting that as adults, and it is very silly.
Yeah, a one-off video of a baby being funny on the internet, I think is good.
It's okay.
But just when the baby becomes a personality.
Yeah.
When we become to expect things from the baby, that's when it's sort of like,
when the baby becomes Grumpy Cat, we have a problem.
We have a problem. We shouldn't expect that much.
Correct. But... Andra, thank you so much for being a guest
on
Of course,
thanks for having me.
Now's the time to tell people about where to follow you online or if there's things you want them to watch. This is the moment.
Oh boy, honestly, I don't want anyone to follow me anywhere. I feel like
That's consistent.
I'm enjoying having a private Instagram account. If you would like to say hello to me, if you see me on the street, do so with caution because I am a little feral right now. But I don't want anything from anybody.
Great. Is there something in that case, is there a cause you'd like them to support or something like that?
I mean, I'm a big fan of abolishing ICE. I'll say that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Meanwhile, I'm on Instagram. You can follow me.
Great.
At Ideal Remake, spelled like the podcast. Or I'm on BlueSky. I don't check it as much, but I should not. I don't know. It's hard to say. That's at Sam Gasch, SamGasch. Or if you want to tell us about your favorite famous babies, you can do that on on the Dueling Genre Discord, which has a link in the show notes of this episode. But that is the end of our remake of Baby's Day Out.
Woo!
So I will end this episode the same way I end every episode. Andra, what is your favorite quote from the movie Baby's Day Out?
The only thing I can remember is boo-boo.
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 Boo-boo.